Welcome to Guna Matters. I am Glenn, the host, and you know what? I am so sorry for the inconvenience. I can't load my presentation due to some bad connection, network connection. I've been struggling for the last 20 minutes now. Yeah, I am so sorry. Pardon me. Yeah, all my artwork is now frozen, but nonetheless, welcome. Uh, yes, please remember to subscribe to Guna Matters, hit the bell, all the notifications that will come your way, and of course, give us a like on the video, on the channel. We are currently on 125 subscribers on Guna Matters, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Guna Matters is here for all the football news and, of course, all the Arsenal news. Now, not Arsenal playing, but World Cup. However, the representatives of Arsenal in their native countries are obviously representing their countries, but they're also doing so well. So please get involved with Guna Matters, and you can do so by emailing guna.matters 27@gmail.com, and you can obviously leave us a message there. You can leave us a message in the live chat. We will obviously read it out for you. And then, of course, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram, Facebook, and our main platform is YouTube. So, yeah, thanks a lot for your support, and we are always grateful that there is people that are willing to join in with Guna Matters. Have your say in the live chat. One question I want to ask at this stage is, who do you think will win the World Cup? Leave us your thoughts, leave us a chat, whatever you want to say about the World Cup currently. I mean, there were so far 2 upsets in the World Cup, and yeah, the first game on Sunday was between Qatar and, of course, Ecuador, as we all know. Ecuador took it 2-0. Then, of course, the following day it was England against Iran, and it was 6 for England and 2 for Iran. And lo and behold, one of our own young boys, Saka, Bukayo Saka, scored a brace. What a performance from the young man. And he made all the Arsenal fans and obviously the English fans, he made proud on his debut, his first World Cup goal, or first 2 World Cup goals, and the third youngest English player to have scored for England in the World Cup. The first one was Michael Owen, and then, of course, Bellingham, and then Saka. Those 2 scored in the same game. Saka, oh wow, what a player! And I hope for his sake he brings that form back to Arsenal. That the way he's left for the World Cup, he's gone, and he's doing well. He's the first name on the list, in my opinion. When Gareth Southgate wants to obviously put out a name, he's the very first one who will be on that name. The assembled, thank you for your support. Good evening. How are you doing? I'm very well, sir. And how are you? Hope you are well. You've put a show out. That's the key. Content is the most important. Well, thanks a lot. I believe that. If my artwork is not there to show, we'll talk about it. That is what we will do. We talk about it. But thanks a lot, the assembled, for your support. So yeah, leave us your thoughts for what's happening in the World Cup. Saka, I thought it's going to take him a while to obviously get into the game, but the people around him, obviously, the likes of the captain Harry Kane came in deep. Obviously gave him good support. The guy, what's his name? I think Declan Rice also had a very good game into pushing the balls wide. I think him being first choice over Phil Foden was actually very, very good, even though the opponents was not what the most strongest opponents. However, there was some platforms that said that England will struggle against Iran. 14 minutes was taken out of the game because of the goalkeeper with a broken nose for Iran, but that didn't change much. I think England was very superb in the match, and the youngest player ever was, like I said, Michael Owen, and then Jude Bellingham. What a player! What a young man! He is fierce. He is relentless. He is just, I don't know. He's just a different type of breed out there, and he has been performing very, very consistently for club and country. And if anybody wants to take a piece of Jude Bellingham, I think it will be in excess of 100 million. However, there is or were some rumors that Liverpool is no longer the destination for Bellingham, because there's obviously other destinations, clubs, teams that are also looking into getting him. And I mean, this is obviously a very good window for every player to obviously showcase their talent, the ability, and well, currently Belgium is taking 1-0 to Canada. Well, that is just watching on the screen there. Canada is obviously now also sort of taking a very, very good chance in counter-attacking. Nothing came of it. But nonetheless, yeah, Bellingham, going back to him, he's very, very good. He's a player that I think will suit Arsenal very, very much. He's a number 8 in my opinion, but he's also defending well. So I think Bellingham, in excess of 100,000. Do you think the assembled we should go for a player like Bellingham? Let's hear what you have to say. I can't get into it, but France, Spain look goodish so far, but the winner will grow into the competition, in my opinion. Yes, I agree. It's very early. Not everybody has their first game, and obviously to be able to say what the performance would be the remainder of the tournament. I mean, two upsets already, Germany and Argentina. Yeah, that was. I mean, I think they came in very arrogant and think they will run circles around Saudi Arabia, Argentina. These teams has got big, huge football names, legendary names in their squads, and it just goes to show that not one man will ever make a team. It is a team that makes a team work. So yeah, I think they were very surprised by Saudi Arabia. And of course, today it was Japan. Tomiyasu, one of our own, obviously also were in that game. I thought when he went down with a cramp, he's going to be injured. And yeah, he's okay. But I think they will obviously take caution for the next game. Tomiyasu has also had a very, very good game. I think it's like a 45-minute or half an hour that he played. Very strong, and obviously didn't play at right back. He played in center back. I think that what was where he played. Very solid performance from Tomiyasu. Very good game. And obviously his defensive skills obviously brought out a lot that we have not seen yet from him. I all knew that since the start of last season when he came in, he had a very, very, very good performance and consistently, and then he got injured and came back, and now it's good performance again. And yet again on his his World Cup debut, also had a very, very good performance. And then there's Matt Turner. Matt Turner, what everybody has said, I mean, even myself said, Matt Turner has to really prove himself. Look, this is a different stage, obviously. This is for his country, and I always thought that he's good for his country. I've never seen him really play until the other day. What a huge couple of saves from him that kept USA in the game. USA obviously got into the lead, and then of course Wales came back with a penalty, which I think he could do nothing about. Matt Turner, that is, but also he kept USA in the game thereafter. There was a couple of huge saves that he's made. Oh, Canada almost scored. Oh, what a save! Oh, free header. Courtois gone to his right and got the ball and no goal. Well done. Maybe this game will also end up in a draw, 1-1. But nonetheless, yeah. So um, where was I? Yeah, Matt Turner. Matt Turner, beautiful time in the poles. He had a good game between the sticks. And so far, the three players that have played for their countries from Arsenal has done well. Obviously, Bukayo Saka, the star that obviously scored 2 goals, he has just been phenomenal. And I think, yeah, that has just been great to see how things have spanned out for the Arsenal players. Um, I think. Oh yes, France. Yeah, but Saliba didn't. I didn't think that Saliba got a chance to play. But his chance will come. The assembled Bellingham would be the perfect fit for Arsenal. So, knowing Arsenal, they won't go for him as they would rather buy 3 players for 100 mil. Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes we also just need to break the bank just to get that one player that everybody wants. And I mean, if they are willing to obviously fork out about 88 million for a player like what is his name? The Ukrainian boy, Mikhailo Mudryk. I think 88 million. The rumor says that they're willing to pay that for a wide player, wide attacking player. Surely Bellingham could be also in that same conversation because he's that good. But I agree with you, Mr. Assembled, that yeah, Arsenal will rather go for 3 players instead of one for that same price. But I think Bellingham should be a different case because of his ability at such young age, 19 years old. Wow, wow, wow. What a produce that has come out of the England nationality. I mean, even Saka, all the players that has come through the ranks in all the other teams, Jadon Sancho, Rashford, Grealish, yeah, all those players, they are very, 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 very well trained and well performed players. Pardon me. Arsenal have a wage structure. They won't break that. Obviously, they won't. But it would be nice. It's a player that you would go for, a nice to have type of player, because he is that influential. You will instantly make the midfield better. You will instantly be that competition for Xhaka, and even so for Thomas Partey, because his defensive ability is also very, very good. But yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, and I understand that, and I'm sure it makes sense to have 3 players for the sake of one, and of course just to get more depth in the various areas that we need, because we do need a central midfielder. We need a number 8 that obviously will compete with Xhaka. We need a wide player. We need obviously some competition for Thomas Partey as well. So yeah, it would make sense to have 3 players rather than the one, especially now in January. So yeah, I think the World Cup is very unpredictable, especially Brazil is playing tomorrow. I think Brazil is playing tomorrow, and they're playing against our our legend, as some would say, Granit Xhaka. Um, yeah, they're playing tomorrow. Switzerland, no, Switzerland against Cameroon. Sorry, and then of course Uruguay against South Korea. Um, Portugal against Ghana, Thomas Partey, and then Brazil against Serbia. So um, Switzerland against Cameroon would be a good preparation for the rest of the World Cup for them. And I think Granit Xhaka has come out and said that whatever the media is saying about what's happening in Qatar and how things were sort of reported on about all the hypocrisy and whatnot. He said, as we need to concentrate on our football, even though there's this negativity in the air regarding the country of Qatar and FIFA and all sorts of things. So that means he's focused on his job as the captain for his country. And I think with his good performances for the last 14 games for Arsenal, I think he would have a good World Cup. And also the leadership of his ability of being a leader in his country will also give a good sort of initiative to his teammates that can perform well against a Cameroon. And I mean, Cameroon being an African team has not been the best of late like they used to be, because Cameroon was a very, very good team, one of the big and huge teams in Africa. Very, very good team, very hard to beat. But I think Switzerland will come out on tops with this on this fixture. Personally, I think he actually suits European football more than British football. He's an elegant player. He wouldn't get the same time on the ball in the British game. Yeah, because he's playing in Germany. It's Germany, yeah, he plays in Germany, and it's not the same pace, not the same intensity, not the same um, type of football that is played in Germany like it is in England. So yeah, to the extent I would agree with you, Mr. The Assembled. Um, he performs well for his club, and it's just the diversity. I think because of all the different leagues, especially the top 5 leagues in Europe, gives you a diversity in playing styles and performances. And for a young man like him, controlling a midfield like he does and also did against Iran, um, tells me that he can go into a next gear as well. He can step up. He can control the game like Partey did for the last couple of games. He drops the tempo. He picks up the tempo. He allows the play from back to come to him, and he dictates where it goes. And I think Bellingham has got the ability to do exactly that, which you've done. And outshine the senior guys in the team, like Rice, um, Grealish, uh, even Kane. So I think he's got a good couple of senior players around him. And yes, Canada coming again. A cross came in, cleared. And Canada's pressing really, and I think Belgium is getting frustrated. So Canada is doing very well in pressing, trying to get a goal. Still 1-0, 88 minutes. The the assemble, there's such a huge talk about the extra time that the referees are putting on in halftime and also the final couple of minutes. I mean, there's nothing. I think the only game that I saw today was 3 minutes added was the game between the earlier game between, was it 7-0? It was, who won that game? Spain and Costa Rica. That's the only game that I saw that had 3 minutes added. The other games, 14 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, even at halftime. Do you know what is the reason for that? I mean, it's not that there's so much time wasted. What I heard is that whatever time has been wasted throughout the half, they will add into the extra time. But it's ridiculous. I mean, to add 10 minutes to a half or to the end of the game to sustain like a few seconds of wasted time. That is really ridiculous. I don't know where that rule comes from. Yeah, look at Sancho at United in Germany. He was outstanding. Look at him in the British game. Yes, it's a good point actually. He has been good at Dortmund and currently is not performing the exact same like he did there. So yeah, it is a bit of, but it also depend on the player. I think the player needs to really look at it and understand what is expected of him. And I think if he had to come to Arsenal being Jude Bellingham, would Arteta playing in the same role that he's currently playing? And that is the question that we obviously have to ask for him in order to perform the way he does. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that's actually a good point, but that's a good example as well. They are playing on the in-game time. I don't understand what you mean. The in-game time. Um, yeah, because yeah, again, 5 minutes has been added, and that's not a lot of stoppage time um, in this game. But yeah, the in-game time. Not sure what you really mean by that, but nonetheless, it is actually just weird to see that so many times been added into a normal football match. 3 minutes, 4 minutes max. Yes, we know the new season started where they said they're gonna look at players that wants to waste time when they lead. That is actually frustrating, but to add so much time onto a half or whatever seconds wasted in that particular half. So yeah, I think the World Cup has brought us so much well, not really so much excitement because there's a couple of games that was really bland. 0-0 Morocco and what's the name had a 0-0 draw today. Morocco and Croatia. A lot of chances taken, a lot of goals. There was the stats in that game alone, it was so predictable. Morocco had 8 shots at goal, 2 on target, whereas Croatia had 5 shots at goal, 2 on target. Croatia had most of the possession, obviously, because Modric has really given that midfield a boost. They had 642 passes, 300 more than Morocco. 16 fouls to 11 fouls, 1 yellow card, 1 offside, 5 corners to what's his name, Croatia. So that was a very bland game, and some of the games is really going to be just that because of the magnitude of their football. But we hope to see some great football tomorrow. Tomorrow the football starts at 12 o'clock SA time. So that is 1 o'clock in Qatar. Switzerland away against Cameroon. Then the 3 o'clock game, which is 4 o'clock in Qatar. Uruguay against South Korea. That's going to be a nice game to probably watch. 7 o'clock in Qatar. Portugal against Ghana. That I want to see because of Thomas Partey, and I hope that Thomas Partey will not get injured. Yeah, good point. Also, that's how much the time the ball is on the pitch and pitch minus throw ins, corners, kicks, etc. Okay, yeah, I understand what you mean. Well, that's part of the game because that's not really time wasted. Time wasted is it's referred to maybe as a player going down unnecessary for a tackle. Now he's lying there 3-5 seconds longer than he should. Player walking towards the goal line to take a kick, a goal kick, or whatever else that the time is wasted upon. I think, yeah, but yeah, that is actually still that still doesn't give any reason for the officials to put so much time on. And then the game is over. Belgium has won 1-0 over, pardon me, over Canada, and that's the last game of the day. I think Belgium struggled more on the second half, whereas Canada tried their bestest to obviously score an equalizer. So yeah, going again to Portugal versus Ghana, I think Thomas Partey will have a very, very tough task against Portugal because Portugal has got quality midfielders. Ruben Neves, you will know obviously about Thomas Partey, Moutinho, all the guys from Wolves that plays in the Portugal team. They will obviously will know the guy that plays for Fulham, Paulina. They will all know about Thomas Partey, and Thomas Partey likewise will know their type of the ability that they possesses. So I hope for Ghana's sake, being an African and an African team playing tomorrow, I hope that they will obviously perform well. In that Ghana team, it would be players that play in the EPL. As Thomas Partey, it would be what's his name that plays for Crystal Palace, the Ayu, one of Ayu brothers. There's a couple of guys that plays in the Premier League that plays in that Ghana team. So there's a very strong Ghanaian team, which I don't believe should have been in the World Cup because there was a very controversial decision gone against South Africa, whereby the official on the day is given a corner that wasn't supposed to be a corner to start off, and then of course a penalty that wasn't a penalty either. And there was a whole saga where one of our best analysis, pardon me, referees, in fact, unpacked the rules of the game, and we still lost the. Pardon me, we still lost the game, and FIFA did not approve our appeal. So yeah, but Ghana is there, and they will support them because they're African team, and sorry, pardon me. So yeah, Ghana, I hope for Partey's sake that he's doing well against Portugal, and of course the game of the day would be the Brazil against Serbia. Now, Serbia's got good players in there as well, Vlahovic, Mitrovic, the players that we are obviously shown some interest in before as Arsenal. So these guys are there and they can give Brazil a good run for their money because the defense of Brazil is obviously very, very fragile as well. The assembled is saying the ball is on the pitch for 90 minutes. they haven't perfected yet. The idea is to make gamesmanship irrelevant as the clock is stopped, helped with the VAR decisions. Fair point. Fair point. And I think VAR, the VAR checks is also part of, I think, the delays that adds to the yeah, you're right, it adds to the extra time, because there's sometimes checks and rechecks, then the referee have to go to his little screen and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. So yeah, I think I had said enough about the World Cup, and I think it's not much to say furthermore because there's still quite a bit of games. The first round ends on tomorrow. Yeah, that's the first round ends tomorrow, and then of course on Friday the second round starts. The second group game starts. So yeah, I think tomorrow's games, very good games: Switzerland, Cameroon, Uruguay, South Korea, Portugal, Ghana, and Brazil, Serbia. So let's see what's happening, and I'm rooting for Brazil. Obviously, I'm rooting for Ghana, and of course for Switzerland because the Arsenal players are playing in those teams, and let's see how they do. Let's support them. Um, I know there's a lot of talk about the hypocrisy of Qatar and FIFA. There's a lot of will the players or the captains wear the one love armband or whatever the case may be. Um, but let's support football. Let's support Arsenal players in their respective countries or their respective nations. So let us just be supportive to them. If you don't want to support them, it's obviously your prerogative. I'll understand that. I mean, I can't force anybody to watch football, especially the World Cup. There's a lot of people that don't want to watch the World Cup because of the hypocrisy factor, and of course, a lot of things that has happened throughout the preparation of the World Cup in Qatar. So yeah, it's time for me to obviously say goodbye, and let us rejoin again and see how the rest of the players do. Granit Xhaka, his first game tomorrow. Then uh, Ghana, it's later the day, and of course, last game is Brazil, Jesus, and of course, Martinelli. Well, thanks for watching the Assemble. Thank you for your support, and everybody else that will watch on a later stage. Once again, please subscribe to Guna Matters. Turn on the notification bell that you receive all the notifications, and also give us a thumbs up for the channel and also the videos that you're watching if you enjoyed it. One thing I do want to say though, I had planned to have an interview with a young man that I'm supporting, or try to find support for him to go and showcase his talent in USA at the Coca-Cola Dallas Cup Tour that happens in Dallas next year, March. He has been nominated to go and showcase his talent. He has to raise funds. Obviously, it's 40,000 rand is South African rand. That will obviously allow him to go there. Then he obviously have other little things to that he will also need, which will be maybe a phone that will have international access. Then of course you will have small little other needs as well. But the finance is the most important for him, obviously, to have his tickets and accommodation sorted to go to USA, Dallas for the club. I mean the Coca-Cola Cup, Coca-Cola Dallas Cup tour in Dallas. So yeah, the question was, who do you think will win the World Cup. You can leave your obviously your thoughts when you watch the video back. And again, big ups to Saka. Oh, sorry. What I wanted to say is I want to apologize that I could not interview this young man because of other responsibilities that he has. Obviously, to do his studies, he's still busy with exams currently, and he's opted to do an interview in another stage, maybe in the school holidays. So yeah. So please forgive me for not having him on the show tonight. I was excited to have obviously interviewed him and give him his pardon me, his side of what his endeavors are and what his dreams are and what his goals are. So yeah, Saka has scored a brace for England on his World Cup debut, and a big performance from him. Tomiyasu also had a very good game coming on in second half, and of course Matt Turner that has had a very good game as well. He had a couple of huge saves to make to keep United States of America in the game, and they had obviously had a chance to equalize, and due to his ability between the sticks has given the United States that opportunity to draw level. But again, thank you for watching. Thank you for interacting the assembled, and those who will obviously leave their thoughts in the chat room later when you watch. I appreciate it. Thank you. Big ups to the Arsenal players that plays in the World Cup. Enjoy it. Please don't get injured, and be back at the Colney strong and able to continue the good form that you have that showed us in this off season form. Thank you. Don't forget to be awesome. Be safe, and of course, God bless.